Hey, I'm Francis Wayne. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm kind of testing something out right now. I want to do a weekly or bi weekly Star Wars Expanded Universe or just Star Wars news show. Like, what's happening, what's new, with a little bit of maybe opinionated driven stuff thrown in there. But I'm gonna see how this does. This is four bad Star Wars books, not the worst, but four that I could just think of off the top of my head. And if it goes well, I'll do a top 10, and then maybe if I get the time, I'll start doing a full-fledged sort of news show talking about the new books that came out, book reviews, maybe, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. But this is 10 bad Star Wars books in order. So let's jump into it. First book I want to talk about is Millennium Falcon by James Luceno. Now, first off, starting off, I want to make it clear that James Luceno is a great author. He wrote The Unifying Force, Agents of Chaos duology. He wrote The Labyrinth of Evil book, as well as Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader, which were both great books. But this book is not good. And it's not the writing style, it's the fact that the story is, it's cool, but once again, as a hardcover and as something to follow up Legacy, you had the big ending with Jason Solo being killed, and then to have this as the next book that come out set in the time period, it's set right after Jason Solo dies, like maybe I think half a year to a year, and it follows basically, it kind of examines a lot of history of the Millennium Falcon, which was kind of cool, but I feel like it could have been tucked into another novel as a side story. But, the only good part about it was when you saw Seth Helen kind of losing his mind in an animal exhibit, I think. And, it wasn't, you could tell at that point that it was just a big advertisement, a big $26 advertisement for the next book, so like I said, James Luceno, not a bad author. Millennium Falcon, not a great book. Alright, the next book I want to talk about is one I read very long time ago. Not very long, but long enough ago to where I don't directly remember a lot of the characters. I remember the story, but it's Coruscant Nights, Jedi Twilight by Michael Reeves. And, it's not a bad, it is, it's a bad story. I don't like it. I don't like the writing at all. I don't even know who Michael Reeves is. But I just feel like the characters were kind of lifeless and overdramatic, and it was kind of like the Michael Bay movie, kind of just a mindless Star Wars book. Michael Bay movie of, Star Wars novels, but I know people read it because I know at least two more books in the series. There could be more at this point. But it's not a great book. I don't like it, and I wouldn't spend money on it. There are plenty of other great books. I bought it because I had read almost all of them, and this one wasn't really that great. But it kind of, the art reminds me of. Okay, Michael Reeves. It says here he wrote Darth Maul Shadowhunter, which wasn't bad. Death Star wasn't bad. And he wrote the MedStar series, which was pretty good too, but this book just, I don't know, it didn't sit well with me. I didn't like it. Even the people's names are stupid. I know that Star Wars names, but like Jax Paven and Dender, and I don't know. Follows Jax Paven, and he's trying to, get revenge for his fallen Jedi. It takes place not too long after Order 66, but I thought it'd be a good book, but it really wasn't too great. This next book I have a real big problem with. Really big problem with it. It's called Cross Current by Paul S. Kemp. And prefacing it, I was excited for this book because the protagonist is Jaden Korr, who, if you've ever played the Jedi Academy game, you know that's the main character. It was a customizable character, but I guess canon-wise it was a white male. Go figure. But the game was great. It's one of my favorite games of all time. You're a apprentice under Kyle Katarn. What can be better than that? But in this book, they took that character and they kind of made him like they made him really depressed. Which okay, I get it. That's all right. I mean that adds a little bit of depth to the character, but the writing, it's the way it is written. I'm not a great writer myself. I'm not an amazing writer, but this guy, I just feel like he cannot write, and he. It's my opinion. I know some people love this guy, but I just feel like Paul S. Kemp has no business writing a Star Wars novel or any novel. The language didn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, just the way it was like it was worded by like a high schooler almost. But the story also was pretty stupid. Basically centered around Jaden Core waking up in the middle of the night and sweating and having force lightning come out from his hands involuntarily, and he's freaking out, and he had some sort of vision, and he went to the middle of nowhere, and what pops up but a 4,000-year-old, 5,000-year-old Sith ship that was part of Naga Sadow's fleet, and somehow it time traveled into the future by having a broken hyperdrive and going into hyperspace. I don't know. It was a crappy story to me. I wasn't too interested in it, but the new one's coming out soon. It's called Riptide, and of course I have to read it because I read this one. But I have a feeling I'm not really gonna like it. But yeah, this is not good. This almost got the #1 on this shanty list. Okay, #2 is a book that I think we can all agree on sucks. Okay. I don't even have it, a physical copy of it anymore. I did, I don't know where it is. All my Star Wars books, I have a whole shelf of them, and I can't find it, so I must have just thrown it out. But you can argue what the best New Jedi Order book was, okay? You can argue what the best Star Wars Expanded Universe novel is. All you want. I won't bug you. I mean, Traitor, that's the best novel, but hey, look, if you wanna say it's not, that's okay. But there is one novel hands down that I don't think anyone likes from the New Jedi Order series, and this one is just so bad for so many reasons. It's #1, and that's Dark Journey. I can't remember who it's by. I'll have a picture. Yeah, there we go. This novel was awful. It butchered the character of Jaina Solo. It completely smashed through canon, getting Kip Duron's eyes wrong, eye color wrong. And it smashed through established, canon from Star by Star, which was, I mean, what did this guy not read the book that I mean, I don't understand what the problem was, but that book, I didn't enjoy it. I was a pain to read it, and and I've gone on a lot of forums, and this is the consensus, some people say it's Traitor, and they're fucking morons, but most people will say it's Dark Journey out of the whole New Jedi Order, but to me that's one of the worst possible Star Wars novels. It has bad writing, kind of crappy story, smashes through established canon. We expect that from George Lucas. We don't expect it from our novels. But I wasn't interested in it, and apparently no one else was. But yeah, that's been my little spiel about bad Star Wars books. The worst. Some of those are really bad. But if you want more like this, let me know, because I'm not gonna just make them for myself. I do too many things like that already. So if you like this, if you're an Expanded Universe fan, or just trying to figure out what novels to read, I plan on doing a beginner. I plan on doing a beginner video for people, what novels to start out with and they upgrade to, and then I want to do a top 10 best books of all time video, and then if those go well, I want to start out with a news show, like I said in the beginning. So if you liked it, like the video, comment it, share it with your other Star Wars friends. If not, bye, I guess. Alright, thanks for watching.